Sometimes I light a cigarette to throw away my care.
Hello there, it's Christy again. Welcome to one little corner of the Resistance to Trump, my show proposals for progressives. One of the few bright spots that I have seen after this election are all of the people who are speaking against the normalization of racist comments by elected leaders, rejecting the idea that we can extend our trust and goodwill to a man who admits to grabbing women's genitals, or give a chance to a man who lies to our face and stabs us in the back. The word I keep hearing popping up, spontaneously it seems, is resistance. It's an apt word. I don't object to Trump in the Oval Office because I want to undermine the legitimacy of our elections. That's what Republicans do. I object to the pussy grabber elect because he admitted to sexual assault, and then women have come forward accusing him of doing exactly what he said he did. Trump's a racist who hires racists to work for him. Trump is a liar, and he has been lying to the American people for over a year now. Standing in opposition to Trump and his bigotry is what the resistance is about. That is why I consider myself part of various resistance movements, because my aim is to make sure Trump is never again elected to public office. But between now and then, we have to fight him tooth and nail. When I did my community organizing training way back in my undergraduate days, the mantra was educate, agitate, organize. Educate people on what is happening, agitate them into action by showing them how the policies harm them or those they care about, and provide them with a political solution, such as working on a bill or getting someone elected. To do that, you have to get organized, know the facts, know the players involved, and know who has the power to say yes to your request. In the spirit of community organizing, I will be using this series to discuss political issues and let you know how you can get involved to make positive, progressive change in the U.S. However, there is also one other important part to achieving our goals: having the financial resources to do the work. And to that end, to do my part, I am pledging from now until the end of the Trump administration to contribute 20% of my gross Patreon donations to a progressive cause each month. And you, my loyal viewers, will help decide where the money goes. Once per month, I will select 2 worthy causes. You will be able to vote for who gets that month's donation. In the past, I have used my Patreon funds for charitable purposes. 3 times now, the funds have gone to people in need of emergency cash to ensure that they were not made homeless, or that they wouldn't have to choose between medicine and food. My Patreon funds were also used to contribute to a documentary on male domestic abuse. But those, of course, are rather ad hoc decisions that I make. With this commitment, I hope that you, patrons of mine, will feel more directly connected to the good works that your money will help contribute towards each month. And while it's possible to fund the same group over and over, my preference would be to donate to a group only once every 12 months, unless there is an emergency or a new campaign that warrants special consideration. The other point I want to make before we look at our first 2 candidates for this month's contribution is that I know some good progressive causes that need funding. However, if you have a group you would like to nominate, please do so in the comment section below. As a reward for those of you who support my content by making a financial contribution every month, any group suggested by a patron of mine, that group will automatically be put on the list of groups to be featured and voted on. To become a patron for me and my content, and this little corner of the resistance to Trump, look below in the description box for a link to my Patreon page. And now for our November contenders. Nominee 1. The American Civil Liberties Union. For almost 100 years, the ACLU has worked to defend and preserve the individual rights and liberties guaranteed by the Constitution and laws of the United States. One of the ACLU's earliest battles was the Scopes Trial of 1925. The state of Tennessee had passed a law banning the teaching of evolution, and the ACLU recruited biology teacher John T. Scopes to challenge the law by teaching the banned subject in his class. The ACLU was also involved in the 1973 Supreme Court victories in Roe v. Wade and Doe v. Bolton, which held that the right to privacy encompasses a woman's right to decide whether she will terminate or continue a pregnancy. In 2003, the ACLU helped persuade the Supreme Court in Lawrence v. Texas to expand the privacy rights established in Roe when it struck down a Texas law making sexual intimacy between same-sex couples a crime. Our second contender is Planned Parenthood. Planned Parenthood was founded on the revolutionary idea that women should have the information and care they need to live strong, healthy lives and fulfill their dreams. Today, Planned Parenthood is a trusted healthcare provider, an informed educator, a passionate advocate, and a global partner helping similar organizations around the world. Planned Parenthood delivers vital reproductive healthcare, sex education, and information to millions of women, men, and young people worldwide. To vote, click on the letter I that will appear in the corner of your video. I will announce the winner and the amount of the donation in 1 month's time. At that time, I'll also provide documentation of the donation since I will have paid it before making the video announcing the winner. That's going to wrap up this rather short episode, but thanks as always for your time and attention. I've been Christy, you've been awesome, and remember, as you read headlines in the next week coming out about Trump, don't just get angry. Educate, agitate, organize, and vote in every election you can.
Sometimes I light a cigarette to throw away my care, but when I'm finished lighting it, the ashes